I really think the first and foremost important thing to point out is that while we found a sense of urgency in our work, really identifying the inequities that exist, this is not something new for many communities, including communities of color, including those who are experiencing poverty. So it's really important for us to really recognize and reckon with why that it impacts us now. Does it have this sense of urgency as we think about everything happening post-COVID, post the murder of George Floyd, really looking back at how our work impacts those community partners that have been experiencing it much longer than just 2020. But if we look internally at the impact it had on our organization and our grant making, it really comes back to the foundation of where we started. About 18 months, 2 years ago, we started thinking really intentionally about how do we show up as better community partners. And so, that question seems so simple to start with, but the answers that we got were more complex. But it's also important to note that those answers have been in front of us for quite some time. And so we leaned into the trust-based philanthropy project out of the Whitman Institute in California, the National Council on Responsive Philanthropy, and their work with Power Moves. And lastly, the real foundational building block is partnering with the University of Wisconsin and their Co-Create division, which is part of the Community and Nonprofit Studies. We intentionally set out with them to have them survey our partners, survey practitioners, reach out to those we haven't worked with, and come back with a collective information on how we can be better community partners. And so that really pivoted for us into how we responded. We started down this path of hoping that within a few years, we could begin to pilot these activities, understand our role in philanthropy. But COVID gave us a unique opportunity. We were in the middle of an open call for applications, and we really had to step in and say, what is going to be our plan? Fortunately and unfortunately, there was not a plan. So we got to repackage some of the work we were already doing around being better community partners, and we rolled it into a COVID response plan. We took our entire granting and went to unrestricted general operating support. We suspended and ultimately canceled our reporting requirements for the year, but then thought intentionally about what we can do beyond the check, how we can go deeper with each of these partners and some of our communities to offer that additional support.